This video may contain copyrighted material used for educational, transformative, or commentary purposes, constituting fair use under Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Law. And it's also my
Why this thing spinning?
So are y'all ready to go?
Yes, we're ready.
All
Let's
right,
go
here we
so
go.
we can break it
All
down.
right, y'all. Welcome, kings and queens. Y'all, we got Sunny
Team
Minx
Sunny.
in the building.
Team Sunny, hashtag sunny days.
Thank you. Girl, we ain't never seen you look this good.
Okay.
Listen, we are in St. Louis, y'all, Missouri, and we're going to, Sunny, we don't really know a lot about you because I feel like you had a very rough introduction. Very rough introduction. Number one, as a new cast member to Love and Huntsville. Number two, as a wife.
Yeah.
I'm a wife.
Yeah.
And I would feel some kind of way.
Sure.
As a newlywed. Because it's called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Beautiful Black woman, Black excellence, love. Is this what you intended? Number one, as a producer. Number two, as a cast member. Would you ever have imagined this would be your introduction?
So it's like, okay, I knew the situation in terms of the connection with Destiny. But the way I've been received and the way we have been criticized, absolutely not. I would have never thought that it would be so harsh. Sure, I know people will have their opinion, but it seems like people are mixing stories together. They don't know if he's the ex-husband. Like, I've seen so much, people have said so much, that it's really, this is not anything for a weak person. Like, if I wasn't grounded spiritually, and if I didn't know who God was, this could easily tip a person over and just bring out the worst in you, honestly.
We heard this before.
I don't know who on earth wants to be disliked by so many people, right? You have so many people commenting on your life. I mean, I've had people wish me to death. I've had people wish us to hell. All kinds of things that I've never been disrespected like that in my life, because I'm not a person who carry myself like that. I don't go around messing with people. I mind my business. So to be attacked like that, based off a narrative that's been put out there, and people not even, they're hearing, I didn't think people were so gullible to hear something and just be like, oh God, that's true. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Without even hearing the other person's point of view. So it's very disappointing to see how mean people
Welcome
are.
to YouTube.
I agree. And let me tell you why. You're a wife.
Welcome to Huntsville.
I believe you deserve a good introduction, period. Especially regarding a show called Love and Marriage. We can stop there and get up. We can walk out. If you were producing you, how would you have done that differently from the lens of, based on your experience as a producer behind the camera? Now you're in front of the camera. How would you have introduced Sunny and Moses to the Love and Marriage Huntsville own audience?
It definitely wouldn't have been on a surprise pop-up podcast show.
It would not happen?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, because like even Mel didn't know about us.
She sure did, y'all.
And this was her moment to have her highlight for what she's done for the franchise.
Pause it for a minute,
and for us to come in hot like that.
Mel had no idea. Neither did nobody else was there. What you got, Paulette? Is that
Sunny.
a clip?
That was Sunny messaging me.
Oh, okay. And I don't blame Sunny. The way way Carlos brought her out and Moses out, and the way he said things, it was so tacky. It was tacky, and that right there set the tone for Sunny and Moses.
Yes, it
Because
did.
when I came back and, everybody was like, well, who was it? I wasn't saying nothing. But it just set the tone. And I think he did that to get a reaction negatively.
And to take the attention off of him when Mel was saying that she didn't feel protected. It seemed like he rushed them out instead of finishing the conversation with Mel.
He never finished the conversation.
Yeah, you was live then, so we got to see that.
Oh yeah, and I remember the very particular part was I think you were eating on wings or something like that, and there was a moment in time where there was many reactions all throughout the night, but I remember a PA saying, y'all, we need everybody to take the cameras down. I remember you saying very specifically, all right, y'all, I will be right back. And y'all have to do what y'all have to do.
Yeah. And the thing of it was, but when they showed Moses and Sonny, I was like, oh my God. I know Carlos didn't do this to this girl. I mean, you can, child. I was like, I know he didn't. And Mel was like, what is happening? You know, so it was a big, big thing. And I do believe it was designed to give negativity towards Sonny and Moses. He was setting the stage then, and he used Melody's fan base to do it, to set the stage for what is happening right now, trying to blame the millimeters for everything that's going on in their life, and it's not.
And honestly, tell you the truth, if I was the executive producer of this show, if we have the storyline, save it for the show. Because I remember something that Jeff Probst says to the contestants of Survivor. And it was quite a powerful statement. He's like, all right, y'all, it's been 39 days. When you go home, don't spoil the show. Because if you spoil the show, you ruin your power. Hey, come on sometimes. Hey, I hated this person this week. Oh, it was almost hard for me this week. The more you're in control of the story, the bigger the story gets. So when he did that, the story was dead in the water because now this story has transformed into this negative
energy. Hold on, y'all. My daughter's calling. Hold on.
All right, gorgeous. All good. And we can't get to know them for them because you set up the story way too early. Now that's an actual producer mindset, okay? Child, some black people don't deserve the opportunities. I said it. Good damn. Let me get some. Okay. All right. We're good to go.
Yes.
Okay. Roll it.
I think it was definitely done in a way where people would react a certain way.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, me being in front of a live audience for the first time and people responding and spewing out negativity and calling us names. I'm like, well, yo, I'm super defensive because where I come from, you got to stand up on 10 toes. Yeah. I'm from St. Louis. The weak do not survive here, period. You know, there's many times I've faced.
And I'm smiling because I know how to get down with the get down.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So for me, I take those attacks, like, I don't take it lightly. I don't take threats lightly. I don't take anything lightly because I know how quick it can be gone.
Yeah.
And so when people are coming for me like that, I'm like, yo, I'm ready to go against the whole room and anybody that they talking about.
I was there.
Yeah.
And the way you were introduced is, okay, Moses, you were with Destiny. Now you're here with Sonny. So can we both agree that could have been done much better?
You never even saw Moses with Destiny. You know what I'm saying? So to be real clear though, you know what I'm saying? So it could have been done a lot different.
I agree.
I think I was definitely painted to be the villain. Right. And it is what it is.
I've heard that before by way of different interviews I've had. Looking back, knowing what you know now, would you have ever agreed to take Destiny on as a producer? Now, because you have an advantage. You're not just a producer, you are a cast member. In hindsight, knowing what you know now, what you did not know then, would you have ever agreed? Because I heard Destiny say she requested a different producer.
She requested me.
Specifically,
she went to my boss and asked for me.
My Lord.
Because I'm vibrant, I'm cool. I was cool with the cast. Like, they all took to me very well. Because I'm real. I'm not too TV'd out where I'm just coming in there super fake. I'm giving you realness at the same time. And so she saw that and she wanted to connect with me. She requested me. I was working with Tiffany. I was just fine with that.
Okay, you were working. Okay,
I was Tiffany's producer first.
And so they took you from Tiffany and placed you with us.
Oh, she was with the young guy who was we came in together.
Okay.
She was working with Nick first. And she was like, I don't think, he just don't get me. He don't vibe with me. I feel like you real, you vibe with me. You could vibe with me.
Okay.
And I think she really saw that after the Galentine's Day event when they were all about to fight. Nick was trying to calm her down. I went out there. I was like, look, you need to. I'm like, listen, you a mother first. Chill out. Like, it ain't that serious. You got something to say it. You up here trying to fight, though. I'm like, come on, it ain't a good look, sis.
I had no idea that you were behind the scenes and you were there because
you can see me in one of the clips, actually.
You know, because the impression that we get is that there's a bunch of men back there. We don't get to see the women.
There's not a lot of women in this industry. So there were two, I think there were three of us all together.
Okay. You, Angela.
And, well, Angela's never on set.
Okay, got it.
So it was the two other producers, females, that were with us.
Would you have taken her on based on everything that's happening, the way your marriage is being attacked on social media? If you knew then what you know now, would you have agreed to switch? Or did you even have a choice?
No, I was just told I was requested to go with Destiny. If I had a choice, I would have went with Mel. Obvious the choice, because I feel like she's the star of the show, and who wouldn't want to work with the star of the show?
Exactly.
Because I connected with Mel too. You know, like I said, I talk to everybody. At some point, as a producer, you do work with the whole cast. You're not just stuck with this one person. You have to go and produce scenes with everyone. But if I was going to request anybody or prefer to be with somebody, I feel like it would have been with the star of the show. That's just keeping it real. Like,
I would have loved to have seen that combo, because I know you got a little bit of media and television experience. Tell us a little bit more about that, because I know we know a little bit about you coming to Love and Marriage Huntsville, but girl, work your resume up. Bring us up to speed.
You know, I'm from St. Louis, and I have to say that because this place has made me who I am. I'm a hustler, right? I was a little girl who I loved television, but I didn't even think it was possible. You know, it didn't even seem like it could be my reality. And I was praying, like, God, give me my purpose. Show me what I'm supposed to be doing for years, because I was always a person that was like good at so many things. And I would try so many things and I'd be good at it, but I wasn't feeling like I wasn't being fulfilled.
I got you.
And so I had just stopped managing a restaurant, and I was like, okay, I ain't trying to keep working for people. Like, this is getting old. I want to do my dream. And so literally when I decided that I wanted to pursue television, I started going to LA every month.
Wow.
I would go to LA and spend weeks in a hotel room, just literally just wandering around LA.
Just to get in the door.
Studios, sitting outside the studios, daydreaming like, I want to work for Viacom.
Kind of like Kanye did.
Yeah, in that environment.
I got videos to show, like, look, I'm in front of Paramount, just to see it, because for me, I never saw that being in St. Louis. You know, we don't have that industry here. And so it was like, you know, LA. And so I did that so much so that I would start manifesting, looking at people's pictures, like, I want to work with this person. Somebody had brought up a name to a producer, and I was like, I went and Googled this picture, and I was like, I'm gonna work for him. He's gonna know my name. And I'm not lying to you, like 3 months later, I got a call like, hey, they're looking for somebody, and it was that producer.
Can we say who it was?
It was Billy Evans. He's the guy who created Martin Lawrence and the Jamie Foxx show.
Oh, okay.
Like producer. And so that was my very first gig in Hollywood, where I was a part of the crew. And I mean, I would go and live in LA for months. I helped film. So I did like 3 shows with him.
Okay.
Up until 2019. So I started in 2017. In 2019, I ended up, you know, parting ways. But even before then, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Before I even got my first Hollywood gig, I made my own content. So I did Sunshine the series. I was working on that in 2016. In 2016, I also had a reality show deal with BET Centric.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah, I had been shopping a show because I played kickball. So I had based the show around kickball.
Okay.
And it took us 3 years to develop. And we finally got a deal. And they came out.
That's amazing.
They did our first episode. We signed our contracts. But I don't know if you guys know, like, BET is one of those places that always changes over.
Yeah.
Yep.
The executives. And so our executives got fired, and they put us on the shelf for the life of the contract. So that was my very first big deal. And I was like, oh, this is my moment.
As an independent.
Yeah. So we got a deal with BET. Then I started.
And I do want to pause it just for 1 second. For those of you who don't know, BET Centric had a phrase called "What's Good." That network transitioned to BET Her, just to give y'all some context. So you used to see BET Centric because it was a There was like an entertainment news show. I think Tamar Braxton hosted it one time, but then changed to BET her. So just in case, if you never heard Centric before, that's how that came to be. All right.
And let's be clear, Sunny had Sunny's resume is very long, very determined, very focused, and it speaks for herself. Okay, so I mean, I like Sunny. I don't care what nobody say. I like Sunny. For her to stand up and go through what she going through with this, because me, my husband, we'll be gone somewhere. I'm just letting you know. But she cool. I like her.
Yeah, same here. And honestly, too, when she was saying what she was saying about going to LA, you know, month after month, getting into those Hollywood parties or the networking events, or even going to the Essence Festival of Culture, which Black Hollywood was down there, so there was you were bound to see people, and also too. I don't know if Sunny has done this, but there's a thing called a media pass, where if you are in media, you can apply for this media pass. Now, what the media pass does, it allows you to go behind the scenes. So, for example, at the Essence Festival of Culture, you could go to the waiting rooms. You can go backstage, get those backstage interviews. So a lot of times when you see backstage interviews, or when you see celebrities on panels and stuff, sometimes right after the panel, if you have a media pass, you can interview them. So that's just to give y'all a little inside media game there. Little Paulette, you wanted to say something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I had to talk to my child for a minute.
Understood. You're good.
No, I'm big. I can do Hollywood, and that's when I did fast forward and went to LA and got my first gig with Bentley.
I want to talk about the power of manifestation, because we didn't get all of that.
Yeah,
the one thing I heard, I hate to say it, I heard it from Destiny, is she was fired, and it kind of wiped out your entire resume. Like I said, the introduction to Love and Marriage Huntsville. We didn't know that you were manifesting. We didn't know that you picked up and went to LA to make shit happen. We didn't know that you worked with somebody that worked with Martin Lawrence. We didn't know BET. Fast forward, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Girl.
Oh, and then also John Singleton was my mentor. Same thing happened with John Singleton. A buddy of mine knew John Singleton. Actually, my good friend Greg, who managed Tyrese, introduced me to John Singleton. So John Singleton, and this is when he just started Snowfall. He was my mentor. Right when he passed, I was supposed to be working on Snowfall. He went on a vacation. This is when he had his heart attack. And he never came back from that. And so I still keep text messages. I keep all my receipts because that's just the type of person I am. So I had even gotten in good graces with him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I'm a hustler. Like I literally said, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. And then I got the opportunity to be a producer on the Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Let me say something. Her energy is dynamic right here in person. Your energy is like, it's good. It's really good, y'all. I'm saying, I think it's important that we don't judge before we get to meet people based on hearsay and what one cast member is giving you, and based on a small clip. Your energy is lighting up this room right now.
Thank you.
Thank you, number one, for taking this interview, but I have to give you your flowers as a Black woman.
Thank you.
And coming with so many accolades. Your energy is just so good.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
You know, I'm pretty likable, honestly, outside of this situation. Like,
I'm shocked because I don't know what I was expecting.
No, I'm not this being that I'm being made to be. I'm really not. And people that really know me, they're really shocked how this is all coming out, because they're like, what?
Listen, it ain't none of that right now. I promise you. And y'all know I'm a good reader. I'm a Scorpio. What's your sign?
I'm Cancer.
Okay, 2 water signs.
Lord, Listen,
real quick, I want you to clear up the rumor that you were fired on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Nobody has cleared that up. Destiny came out, she said it. Carlos has yet to say anything.
Team Sunny over here.
We're absolutely not fired.
Okay. How do you think she's saying it?
I think at this point, I think it's all about attention. I think it's all about trying to win the audience over now. I feel like this is her chance to get back in the good graces of the people whom she lost and she was actually let go. I think this is like her moment to say, yes, I'm getting, it's giving her some type of thrill, I believe. Because she knows that's not true. Like, I was literally the only producer that stayed around the longest. I was called back. We do pickup shots. So we'll come back in and fill up shots that we missed, or we'll come back and do interviews to fill in while the team is editing certain things. I was the producer they called back every single time. Nobody else. It would just be one producer.
Okay.
So I was the only producer on set at those times, like, because I was in such good graces of everybody around me. Like, the crew loved me, everybody. So yeah, I was never fired. I finished my whole term. I worked for that show for 10 months. I was actually about to work this time. They asked me to come back.
I was just about to ask you.
How do you get fired and then they actually come back?
Yeah. Okay, so do you wish Carlos he said something?
I mean, like, he could have said no. I think so. I did hear him say when he did the podcast with the DC ladies, she was not fired, but he could have did that.
But you're not a DC girl. You're a Huntsville girl.
Yeah. And then like you've done that with even when Heavenly, you guys talked about it, you could have cleared it up. I was never fired.
Yeah.
Because if you were fired for whatever reason, will they call you back the next season and say, hey, work? And I turned it down because at this point, I'm like, I'm newly married. For one, I'm not going to leave my marriage for a year. And number two, it's so close. You know, I don't want to be up in these people's faces knowing that I'm married to Moses, you know.
How did that transition happen from going behind the lens to in front of the camera?
Well, you know, I've always been a person that could have been in front of the camera. My history starts back from music. I did music. I was a model. I did so many different things before I became a producer. But for me, I'm more of a creative. So I was like, that's where I went. That's the power, creating the show, making it. The face is cool, but I know that it's usually the ones that get played the most.
Let's do that because we got a lot of
Come on, Sonny.
Yeah, no, honestly, because I've studied this industry for a long time, and usually the artist, the one in front of the camera, is usually the one that's on the most streams. You know what I'm saying? They're the
puppet master.
Yeah, the puppet master. They're the ones who get the least, they usually make the least amount of money when it comes to the whole show. Executives and people behind the scenes, you know, they're the ones who get the most criticism, right? You're judging them like a book. So it's like, girl, I'll just go ahead and create the show.
Yeah.
You can be the star.
Hang on, y'all. I'm going to pause it real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Sonny is on 3 with the T. Hey, Sonny.
Hi, Sonny.
The only Sonny is on 3 with the T. Hey, Sonny.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, boo.
Not too much. Man, glad to have you here. We are. Wait, do you have us on?
Okay.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey, welcome in. Good to see you.
Hey, I think I had 2 things playing at the same time. Sorry.
Yep. It happens. That's just my producer brain. Going, welcome in and glad to have you. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. We just got started with the interview and we heard about your producer experience. I was just letting them know BET Centric used to be the female centered channel before it became BET Her. You know, I will say this. I think that your introduction wasn't the best introduction, but also too, we have to get to know people in the totality of who they are. I'm that same media nerd that you are from Little Rock, Arkansas. So that Southern connection is very strong. And I think in this world of media today, a lot of people want to be in media, but they don't understand the responsibility and the weight of media. Because like you said in the interview, this is not for the weak.
Oh, no. Not at all.
And I feel sorry for you. I was at the podcast Sunday, so, and when y'all came out, I said, "Oh my God, why did Carlos do this?"
Yeah,
I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah, I've never been treated like that, you know, by people, and I can see why they would feel the way, but it was shocking for us too.
Yeah.
So
I just felt bad. I felt bad because I'm like, that was a moment, you know, it was, it wasn't the best. And I knew the setup, what was happening. I was like, this is not good.
Yeah, it felt like a distraction to get the heat off of him about how he treated Mel. That's how it felt to me, because I was in Sassy's live watching it, and I was like, okay, he just gonna put Sunny and Moses out right now in the middle of this when you're supposed to be talking about the stuff about Mel.
Right.
Really?
Now, quick question on the podcast. Did you and Moses get a text from Carlos like the day before to come through the podcast, or how did that happen?
I'll just say that it was a short notice.
Okay.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Did he explain anything? Like, you're just gonna make an appearance, or he just? Did you feel like you were set up?
We didn't know. We didn't have any expectations. We didn't know what to expect. Anything, and so we just showed up because we were invited, and then we had a talk with each other, like, okay, we're gonna come out here, we're gonna just speak about our love, speak our truth, be positive. That was totally my intentions, but I'm not gonna lie, when the crowd got to screaming and hooting and hollering and saying disrespectful stuff, like, I automatically go into like, what's up, like, yeah, like, I'm not the one that you could do that to, and I'm just gonna sit there and smile and wave. I don't have that grace yet. So from where I'm from, you got to stand up for yourself, or you'll get punked and beat up every day. Like, you can't do that. So when them people was like, you this and you that, and I'm like, wait a minute, you got me messed up.
I was getting so mad.
That was the reason why I was on one, and people was like, oh, why she acting like that towards Destiny? It wasn't just about Destiny. It was more about, dang, I'm just getting all this heat from these random people screaming disrespectful stuff, and I'm gonna take it out on whoever at this moment. You know what I mean? Like, it amped me up because I was not expecting that type of response at that moment.
Yeah, I understand that, because I know you were defensive, and it was a lot of hollering, and but I think it caught a lot of us off guard as well. So we didn't know what to expect, and we were just shocked. I was surprised. I was like, ooh.
When I seen Sunny giving it back to them, I was like, give it to him, Sunny. Give it to
him. But I do want to say that some of those same people that were in that audience have been some of the biggest supporters up until this point. Like, they were the first people to reach out and like, hey, I'm sorry that we came off like that. And so I know a lot of the fans have been getting a lot of slack from this show in terms of like, y'all are the reason for this and that. But it is what it is. Like, you signed up for reality TV for people to judge and talk about it. But I do respect the fact that a lot of those women came back and was like, hey, I support you. I'm sorry we came off like that. Like I said, some of those women that were in that audience are the ones that hit me up the most.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think. No, go ahead, Sass.
Brady.
No, I was just gonna say.
I was gonna say being part of that crowd. Once the story unfolds and you can start seeing different things happening, and you can think critically through it, and you can probably say, you know what, this is not right. They're making her look so bad. They're not producing this the way it's supposed to be done, in my opinion. That's where I looked at it. And I say they're trying to make the other one look like she's got an upper hand, which she doesn't. I said Sunny has the hand because she's the wife. She's married. So why are you so pressed? Let it go.
And I think
let them live their life.
Right. And I think also too, with that being said, with this show, I think a lot of times this fan base deals what's in front of them so heavy that is almost like a roller coaster ride of you are screaming, trying to get off, and you're like, okay, I'm trying to handle what's in front of me, but you got this corkscrew and that G-force, and becomes so much of a headache that after you get off the ride, you're not even recognizing that the ride is over because you're still feeling that energy. And so I would ask you, Sunny, being in this state of mind now, up to this point, how have you and Moses been able to create mental space for you outside of all of this? Because what I think people don't really understand is, and you probably do, Sunny, being a producer, is that there's the persona of somebody on TV, and then there's the soul of somebody off TV.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say that for Moses and I think our upbringing has prepared us to fight certain battles and to be strong in certain instances where some people may be weak. I mean, and I hate to say, like, coming from St. Louis, but literally, you know, it's one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Mm-hmm. Or I ain't gonna say world, because I haven't been all around the world, but I'm gonna say in the United States for sure.
Understood.
And it has built so much character and strength for us that we really feel like, okay, we done been through way worse than this. You know, even though it's on a big scale and it's like, you know, all these different people, but honestly, if I don't love you, what you say don't penetrate as deep. You know, of course you don't want people like not liking you, right? You want to be respected, and every human wants to be loved and respected, I think, naturally. But y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make my own money, I got my own family, I got my own friends, my spirituality is strong in the Lord. I mean, they talked about God. Who am I to think that they can't talk about me and judge me? That would be crazy.
That's the truth. Amen.
I'm just saying. So, like, I'm not saying it don't make us be like, dang, they said that crazy stuff, but it don't make us be like, oh my God, we're not in the closet crying about it either.
Right.
You know, we just been through too much. Yeah.
I hope you guys have many, many, many years and many, many babies. Okay. That's my hope and prayer for you guys, because I like you. I like you guys.
So
you guys are two strong people. Mm-hmm. And I love Black love, and I like to see successful Black couples doing their thing. And I think you guys can. This show has been, you know, kind of strayed away from what it originally supposed to have been. And I think you guys represent what it should have been in the beginning, you know. It does go down to a dark end, but, you know, I just like to see beautiful couple do beautiful things. You know, so.
Paulette, did you have a question? I think Sassy's trying to put in her doula application for Sunny and Moses' kids. Well, you said have many babies. I'm trying to help you out here. Listen, we help each other here.
Yeah, I'm not a doula yet.
In time. Little Paulette, you had something?
Yes, I have a question about Sunshine, the series. So is it going to be on anything else outside of Tubi?
Yeah, we're working on some different things now. We've had so much going in the last like 2 months that have been just like, okay, hold up, you know, got to get back grounded here. But we're actually in the process of shooting season 2. So we are working on getting.
Congratulations on season 2.
Thank you.
Oh my God,
my daughter actually got me to watch, and she said, I think she's on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Mom. So I said, that is Sunny. And I thought, and I heard your song too. I said, that's Sunny.
I was searching for I don't remember what it was I was searching for. I think I was searching for your YouTube channel, and I came upon your video, and I sent it to them. I said, did y'all see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good song.
Thank you. Oh my God, that was so long ago when I was an artist.
But you still look the same.
Thank you. You know, Black don't crack, girl. You know, we got.
Girl, you got that right.
look. They have a account called Moses and Sunny, and so when I saw that beach picture of that light blue outfit and Moses, I'm like, you know what? I ain't mad at it. Like, you know what? Me and Moses are brothers in Christ, and listen, that's a victory lap, okay? Because Sunny was sunnying. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Listen. I'm very respectful. Okay. Huh?
Don't forget to tell her about your idea about the fan base.
Oh yeah. So everybody has a fan base, right? So I was thinking the Sunrisers.
Okay, Sunrisers. I ain't mad at that. Someone else said Sunny Delights, but I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah,
that was me. It was me.
Oh, there you go. Well, look, y'all gonna have to rock, scissors, paper it out.
Well, listen, it's coming from two good people. You know what I mean? And also, too, I will say this as well. Because Sassy and Lil Paulette in the chat know I am the media nerd in the melamia sector. I talk about Warner Bros. Discovery and Own and break the whole thing down. And I will just say this. When it comes to media, I think it is in an interesting transition. Because now the fan base is asking for a line to be drawn. They're asking for a soul to be cared for. And they want new stories. The problem is we can't keep asking for what we want, and we don't have people in power to create the spaces we want.
Okay. Yeah.
So yin and yang, one can't work without the other. Now, I'm not saying that if I teamed up with Sunny, that she would be one of the biggest people of all time because she's a queen by herself. But you also have not because you asked that. Just saying. So
you got to have a team out here, and in production and in this industry, it's all about the team. You cannot be a one-man show in this thing. Okay.
Absolutely.
Carlos is not a one-man show. You know what I'm saying? He has a team, and so you can't do anything without a team in this. And it's just what it takes. And then I feel like Black people were underrepresented in this industry. When you go on most sets, there is nothing but Caucasian people. So we have to fight hard. And then me being a woman who's not bad to look at, I have other hurdles because it's like, oh, she coming over here. She it's always something that I have to go through just being a woman who's not crazy, and it's like, oh, it's an intimidation thing with certain people, or is it this, or is it that? She's too much. It's so much that we have to deal with as Black producers. It's ridiculous. Right. So one thing I can say though about Carlos, and I respect that he does allow people to employ Black producers, which is very rare that you will get a show that has all Black producers. Very rare. You will not see that too many times unless it's like a Basketball Wives or it's very rare to see us on a scene like that. So I don't take that lightly when somebody trying to play like I'm unprofessional, I'm fired. Like it's one thing to be mad and hurt because you care about this man, but like I worked way harder than you ever probably did in your life to get where I am. I don't play with that. That is nothing to that's business and then it's personal.
Right.
But it is what it is. I'm gonna say I like the millimeters because y'all show me the most love. People always talk about the millimeters. I just feel like y'all be calling people out on their shit. And that's just what
we do.
Thank you.
We do. We say right and wrong. And then they get mad when we go back to the beginning and we break it down. No, this is not what happened. You starting from the middle of a situation and trying to create a story. You can't do that. You got to go to the beginning. And it's just, we ride for what's right. And
absolutely.
In this situation, to me, Destiny is wrong because she's spewing things from a middle perspective and not looking at it from the beginning. And then she wants to turn this thing and try to make it to her advantage. And it's really making her look silly. It really is.
It is because people tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, girl, you had your time to vent, cool. But every Monday, it's like, oh, it's making me say, I ain't doing no interview every 5 minutes trying to talk about nothing because I'm happy.
She's
and I'm living my life.
Yeah, like she used to do now.
So much going on, then just focus on that.
It's you and Mel. If it's not you, it's Mel, and it's given, leech. Like I'm stuck on you, and and it's kind of weird to me. I mean, I wouldn't even had a conversation with Moses. I mean, he chose her. It is what it is. Destiny knew what it was from the beginning. So, I mean, she just looks desperate,
And And honestly, too, I will say this. That conversation that you, Moses, Maurice, and Kimmi had was quite a powerful conversation. And I could tell from Moses' perspective that he didn't have no time for a princess seeking attention. He wanted a queen with a purpose. And I even gave credit to Maurice recognized that just because it was a broken journey doesn't mean that it's still not a journey. Because men don't ever have the love, grace, and space of being able to be broken, to be able to get bad, to be able to be like, you know what? I'm putting my phone on do not disturb. I'm going on Virgin Voyages. I'm shaking my phone for champagne for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we always got to be there for everybody, but nobody can be there for us. So I thought that was quite a powerful conversation that y'all had.
Yeah,
and
I enjoyed that.
He's been through a lot, and he just wants to live his life and be happy and have a partner who can be equally yoked, and it's not no diss to her, but it just wasn't what it was, it's just time to move on. So hopefully everybody can move on, and hopefully you guys get to see more of us and really what we are and who we are as a couple, because we definitely have a lot to offer, and it's not just this drama,
Yeah, I see that. I absolutely see that. Does it feel better now in front of the camera? Are you getting better acclimated in front of the camera? I know you so used to being behind the camera, but are you feeling, more confident with the camera?
Yeah, definitely. So definitely, I'm, watching myself, critiquing myself, like, oh wow, okay, I'm definitely ready for the season 2 or with the next season, whatever.
I have a question.
So what's your plans? What's your plans for business wise? I saw where you were on your IG and you were going to different homes where you were thinking about purchasing and flipping.
Yeah.
Are you going to do that in Huntsville as well? Or are you going to build in Huntsville? Or are you going to invest in Huntsville? Because Huntsville is growing. I loved it there. I loved it. And it's so much potential.
Yeah, like what people don't know is when I was producing, I had some land under contract. I was multitasking when I was there. I wasn't just producing. I still had my construction company back home, and I was also looking to build in Huntsville. I'm actually looking for some stuff now in Huntsville. Just having some problem finding buildable land because they have like a lot of soil issues there.
Yeah.
So now that everything's been kind of already spoken for, there's a lot of land there, but you can't build residential stuff. So just trying to get past those hurdles. But real estate is the thing that I know to do to generate wealth. So I'm going to always do that no matter what. That's going to always be my thing that I go to. So yeah, I definitely plan on doing some stuff in Huntsville. I always did before this show. Before I was on the show, that was always my real life plan. So yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, well, Sunny, the chat is saying do not buy Martell's house.
Oh, girl, we're not buying the house. It's too little.
and the garage is bigger than the whole house.
Okay.
Like, what is wrong with this house?
We could build something, child. We ain't going for
that.
And for the record,
they bedroom for that.
Yeah, and for the record, they did say that in the interview. Lil Paulette, did you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to know when you say you've been watching back and critiquing yourself, have you seen like scenes that were like edited poorly of you that you like, wait, I said this, or like, why did they take that out?
Oh my gosh, yes. So first of all, I totally did not like the podcast. We already spoke about that. But it was definitely one scene where everybody, when I said, what did she have on? Let me clear that up, child. Because people are like, you want to be Destiny. I'm like, listen, I asked, did she come? People say the crazy stuff. I asked, did she come in her fighting clothes?
Not your face.
I was like, did she come in her fighting clothes, or did she come all trying to woo you with her titties out? And they basically edited that part out to where I said, did she come in her fighting clothes? If your husband just went and met with his ex-girlfriend or whoever, you're gonna ask questions. Like, I wanted to really just be like, have a conversation. Like, did the girl come in her fighting clothes ready to bop you upside your head? Or did she come trying to impress you? And so that's the part you just saw. Did she have on sexy clothes? Like, I'm like,
Well, honestly, the best line of the episode, you wet from the rain, but you're not wet from me. I'm like, Lord Jesus, please send me somebody with that mindset. Amen. I'm sorry. She said it in the episode. I'm just repeating it. What?
I did. Indeed.
Oh my gosh. So what is your view on the cast? Like, do you pretty much get along with most of the cast? Other than, I mean, of course, Destiny always gonna have her issues, but do you get along with like Mel? Because I've met Mel several times, and I've always go to her events and stuff. And I love her. I think she's just a sweetheart, and her family is very sweet. Do y'all seem to, because I'm not gonna lie, you and Mel will be a power couple, a powerful duo.
I was thinking property preservation with real estate.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
You know what? Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I've liked Mel from the moment I met Mel. I think she's like a true Southern belle. And
she is.
For her to have dealt with what she dealt with on this show and still smile and still prevail and be positive and productive and be a good mom and a good business, like that just speaks a lot right there. Because a lot of women could be bitter and broken and speaking on it every Monday, or you can move forward with your life and make something of it. And so I always tell her, like, off camera, on camera, I respect you. Like, I don't care what nobody say about you.
Right.
You are a great example of a strong Black woman who's been through hell in front of the world. And as far as the rest of the cast, I've always liked all of them. I'm not I don't like a person type girl. Like, I give everybody a fair chance. I like everybody for their own individual ways. Do I agree with everything they do? No, not necessarily. But I also don't take a lot of stuff personal. You know what I mean? Like, you can say your little jabs. I know y'all doing stuff for the camera because you know what time it is. Like, real life, you respect me because you don't got no choice to. But I don't dislike nobody. Now, there is this one person that kind of came crazy to me. And y'all may see that in one of these episodes. And I'm like, girl. And that's the new girl. The new girl. She kind of came,
Oh, Trish. Oh.
Yeah, she kind of come a little sideways, but I don't know her. So, again, maybe that's just
different.
I didn't like her interview either with Dustin. I was so upset when she said she was disgusted. I was like, hello, pot. This is Kettle. And Sunny and Moses was not married. Moses was not married to Destiny. So
exactly, like you married.
And honestly, if we can be really honest, at least Sunny and Moses, we understand their storyline. Because for you to come on to not know Martell and Martell not know you, and we've been confused this whole time where you can just clear shit up. Who's more confused here?
My thing is this. I don't care for when people speak so harshly on somebody else without even knowing them or knowing the full story. The nerve to say it's disgusting. Like, girl, mind your business, because I'm minding mine. I could say a lot of things about you, what you got going on in that triangle, circle, square, whatever going on, but I just mind my business. You can mind yours too. You don't have to speak so negatively on someone you don't even know. And so, other than that, everybody else cool.
Okay.
Carrying water.
I'm about to get off of here, guys. But if you got one last question for me, let me know before I go.
Well, I will.
My husband.
Well, of course.
Moses, we say hey.
He's right here.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Moses, what's good?
What's going on?
I can't see you though, baby.
Not too much though. Just chilling. Well, I will say this. You always have a home here with Thru with the T. And I already told you my media background in the DM. So anytime you want to come over to any of our channels, feel free. And I send nothing but blessings and love. So far we got the Sunrisers as the fan base. Sassy gonna be your doula. I'm gonna be your media person, and Lil Paulette, whatever she wants to do. So I feel like this was a good episode, Thru with the T, personally. So
thank you so much, honey.
What a surprise! Right, thank you for joining us.
Later.
That's indeed.
All right, y'all have a great night. Bye.
Okay. Yes, we're rooting for you guys. Bye bye.
And that's how you do a live show, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to kiss you, but I just washed my hair. Bye.